talked about learning path, okay, and there I talked about various stages of various stages till you reach the final program, right? The second step of that was constants, keywords, and variable. The first step was, can you recall? The first step was character seed, okay. Character set was of alphabets, digits, and special characters. The second step of that uh, learning path was constants, keywords, and variables. I talked about constant, keywords, and variable in brief, but today we will go into the details of that, the rules part of that, and uh, I will demonstrate you, okay, with some live examples. Okay, examples would be very small. So basically, there are three type of. Yesterday I told you primary constants and secondary constants, and again there are integer, character, float, right? And a lot of secondary constants like arrays, pointers, structures, like that, right? So let's have a look at the first uh, example of primary constant, integer constant. Almost all programming language has got this constant. Little bit of difference is there. Same is derived by C++ and Java, right? So basically, mm, uh, numbers like 85 or positive minus 45, 0 are integer constants, right? So definitely it could be either negative or positive, right? Uh, Default sign, these are rules, okay? Sometimes we feel we or rules are sometimes seemingly silly, okay? But when you feel something is silly, that is basically a loophole or trap where you can be caught, right? So don't ignore, even though these are seemingly silly rules, okay? We make mistakes usually here only, okay? So default sign is positive, okay? It must be a digit, yes, it must be a digit. It cannot contain blank space, okay? It cannot contain any special character. What I mean, I'm going to exhibit all these rules. It takes 2 or 4 bytes of memory. So on DOS-based compiler like Turbo C, uh, a couple of students from our batch are using Turbo C. So for them also, I'm writing this. So it takes 2 bytes of memory for DOS-based compilers and 4 bytes of memory for all window-based compilers like code block, right? Or even Ubuntu Ubuntu operating system, right? And here int is the keyword. So uh, let's try to write. Uh, I hope you can watch this. Okay. Once all of you have got code block, okay. Um, Monday we'll be having 15-minute session on using the code block. Okay. If you already know, there is no problem. Um, so I'm going to choose C. Since we are going to write program in C, so we will make selection as C, right? Code block are exclusively used for C and C++ programming, right? Okay, fine. Uh, so let's give some name, like we are practicing that. and guess the pact is 01, right? Since this is a framework, um, a lot of things are there. Debugger is there, right? Code completion facility is there. Some this is also called as a no, uh, framework. I hope yesterday I shared along with you one small note on framework. I hope uh, you yesterday you read that, right? So and that is a self-explanatory note. So here is some little bit of code is ready for you. So you don't need to write all these things. At least main function, opening curly bracket, curly braces, return statement, file inclusion. So this is a kind of a again a framework, right? Some tools are there, right? Uh, Debugger is there. So let's write some declare variables, right? So we call this as a declaration of variable, right? You may not be able to see the comments because it's the color setting itself is everywhere it is gray. I can change that, okay, but one should not unnecessarily make changes in the compiler settings, right, or settings of the IDE. But if you are not able to see it, no problem. I'm just commenting for my own purpose, because the intention of uh, comments is for our own understanding as well as for those who are going to use your code in the future, right? So this is just a single variable int x, right? Um, X is the name of the variable, int is data type. By mentioning int to to the compiler, we are telling the compiler that allocate memory for x, and how much memory, that we are telling the compiler you decide, because you have been designed to allocate memory on the basis of data type. So we do not tell to the compiler and an operating system how much memory to allocate. That is their task. Okay, so that much memory is allocated for the uh, that for that x. How to check that? Okay, so if I write a printf statement, right? If I write %d, okay. If you don't know, don't worry about that. We will come to that. There is an operator size of, right, and if I try to check size of int, yesterday one I got one question about that lexical something, so I going to come over that. Don't worry, okay. So if I compile this program, right, uh, no errors are there, no warning is there, okay, but a one warning code block is giving you, what is that, unused variable x. So what does the compiler say? You have declared x but you are not using it, right? This is necessary. Why? Because when you are going to write big programs, okay, 100 lines of code, 500 lines of code, then at that time we declare variables. Okay, many times you declare variables and you do not use it throughout the program. So that warning is very important. Okay, unnecessarily there should not be variables. If you are going to declare, you should use it. Okay, so if I run this program, then I hope you can see the output. It is giving size of int as a 4. Okay, so it clearly means that integer is integer data type. 4 bytes of memory is reserved uh, on the where data segment, right? Now when you declare a variable like inside main function, huh, this uh, this is given memory on the stack. So usually, okay, uh, for next 6 7 chapters, all of variables which we are going to declare will be given memory on the stack. At the right time, I will tell you this variable is given memory on the heap, or this variable is given memory on the global or static area. Okay. So till that moment, just try to remember everything, recall that memory will be given from the stack region, right? uh, as I told you yesterday, uh, if I write x is equal to 5, then this is called a assignment statement, right? This is an assignment operator, right? This is not equal to operator, but in C it is assignment operator. 5. So the correct way of saying this statement, okay, the perfect way, or rather uh, 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 technical way to say this statement is 5 is assigned to x. Okay. Okay, in haste we say that x is equal to 5, but the right way is to 5 is assigned to x, because this operator in C is called an assignment operator. Yesterday I told you that this 5, this 5 here is an integer constant. Okay, so this is default positive. So if somebody writes plus 5, there is no problem, right? So if I write printf percent d, right, and if I write x, right, so it will print. For those who have written or learned C language till for loop or while loop function pointer, okay, this might be something boring for you, but don't get bored. I tell lot of things, okay, which you may not know, you might not have heard, okay, during this process, and there is a thread that you will miss that, okay. So just fully concentrate, even though it is getting refreshed or repeated for you. Okay. Uh, so if I compile this and run this, it will print x is equal to 5. Right. Uh, Now here, uh, it has got range, right? Its range is, what is that range? How we mentioned range. If I can recall, range is minus 2147483648. Perhaps, huh? This is range. You are not able to see it. Okay. This is range, perhaps. Minus 41, minus 2147483648 2 plus, this is range. If I'm not wrong. You don't need to remember this. Okay. This is range of integer constant. So maximum number it can store is this one. This is the minimum number it can store, right? Let's check it. If I will comment this part, right? And I will store this here. Let's see whether it is can be printed. Yes, it takes that number 21474836. Or let's check first. What is that? Yeah, 47483647. Right. So if I write here, what does it mean if I write here 8? Okay. Now this number is one more than the range, maximum limit, right? So if I try to store this number and try to compile the program, see, you're storing number which is outside the range, but it is not compiler's problem, right? It won't give you a compiler error or even runtime error, right? The program will be executed, right? But it gives you negative number, right? So what did you try to store? You tried to store the number plus 2147483648, right? And it is giving you output as minus 2147483648. So I hope all of you are engineers, so you can see what is happening here. Can anybody tell me what is happening here? Why it is so? The reason is that, can anybody tell me why uh, can anybody tell me the answer of that? Friends, you can tell me answer, or you can just write in the chat box that you do not know, or even you can write I know but I cannot explain. Okay, whatever, but at least reply something. Okay, yes, no, whatever. The reason is that, it is like our wall clock, right? It is like our wall clock. So the maximum number it can store is uh, plus 2147483647, right? That is the maximum number, maximum limit. Beyond that, it goes on the other side of that. Okay, it goes on the other side of that circle, and uh, it gives you the negative number at that end. If I uh, 1 minute, huh? Just 1 minute. I hope this is visible to you. Okay, so right? Uh, this is like 0, right? Here, right? And somewhere here, exactly, like our wall clock, right? 12 hours clock. So here it is plus 2147483647, right? Here it is. So this is the positive side. Okay, this is the positive side. When you add, and this is the negative side, right? Somewhere here. Okay, exactly here. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like, okay, it goes up to plus 2, 1, 4, 7, 4, 8, 3, 6, 4, 7, right? And negative number starting from this end, -1, -2, -3, -100, okay, -1 lakh, and it's like this. So the lowest limit of negative the minus negative number is -2, 1, 4, 7, 4, 8, 3, 6, 4, 8, right? So when you add the one to this, okay, it goes at this side and it gives you -2, 1, 4, 7, 4, 8, 3, 6, 4, 8, right? So I hope in that so if I write here, suppose 4, 9, two more than that, and if I compile this, again it go to the other negative, that it goes to the 4, 7. Earlier it was 4, 8, right? So 6 seconds. Sorry. So this is the maximum and minimum range, right? Uh, what I mean by s- there cannot contain blank space and any special characters. Usually, a student make mistakes uh, while writing program. So if I write like suppose x is equal to 3788, right? Now, since this is a compiled language, by the type by the time you type this, okay, it won't give you any error, right? But when you compile this program, right, this is a special character, right? This is not allowed. Or if I declare a variable as Suppose int phone number, right? Then if I write number as my own number, right? So usually we tell the number or write the number in that fashion, or you may write in this fashion, right? This is another way of writing the mobile number, right? But this is not allowed in programming. Why? Because space is not allowed, right? This is the one only character allowed, only rather special character allowed in naming of a variable. Okay. Uh, why? Because phone number you can break that. If you write like this, sometimes it is not easy to read. Okay. Uh, 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 one cannot easily judge whether they are um, two words or three words or single word. Okay. So this way it is good, right? Uh, there is another way of declaring a variable like uh, underscore at the beginning, right? This is also valid way of declaration of variable, but we should not use it. Though it is valid, we should not use it because underscore is usually used by the library. Okay, a lot of functions are there in the library. Okay, a lot of macros are there, and a lot the whole stuff is there inside the library. And though follow this convention while writing those codes. Okay, so we should avoid this. Okay, though it is valid, right? Variable name like uh, subject marks, this is not also valid, right? This is not valid. Why? Because if you try to compile this program, it gives an error, right? Because it doesn't understand, compiler doesn't understand what you are going to talk about, this int sub marks. Okay, doesn't understand that, so that gives an error. This is something about the this thing. What? um, Integer constant, right? And int is the keyword. Then our next is we are going to talk about the memory unit. Um, you should know this. 4 bits form a one word. We call it as a word. Okay. Usually in programming, we never deal along with the word unit. Okay. Um, Sorry for a typo mistake. It's bits. 8 bits is a 1 byte. I don't know whether you know the meaning of bit. Bit is basically word made from binary digit. Okay, binary digit. So first two alphabets of binary, that is the bi, and uh, last alphabet of digit, that is t. So since uh, binary digit is either 0 or 1, so that's why bit word is formed, which again can contain 0 or 1. Okay, fine. So 8 bits form a 1 byte, 1025. This is a precise size. 1024 bytes is 1 KB. Okay, though K stands for kilo, right? Usually kilo we think that, and it is in fact 1000, right? But still, for understanding and conveying purpose, we use it as KB. Okay, though it is a 1024 precise bytes, right? Um, Somebody is asking me question. See, basically, okay, somebody saying 16 bits is one word. Basically, what I told you, 4 bits is a one word. Okay, this when machines were small. Okay, so word length may vary depending upon the compiler and the machine's instructions, whether it is the 32 bits or 64 bits like that. Okay, 16-bit one word, that is the now, because of address system is now 16-bit address system, I suppose, Gurna. So what you are saying is right. Okay, this is just a conventional chart. Okay, the changes have been made only in the word size, right? Thank you, Guru. So 1024 KB is 1 MB, and like that, the units are there. Um Next is the real constant. Okay, those who contain the decimal number, right? Again, similar to the integer constant, it could be negative or a positive. Again, default sign is positive. Definitely, it must be digit, but decimal point. Like integer, it again cannot contain a blank space. Okay, it cannot contain any special character. Okay, except sometimes again it can be expressed in exponential and using the decimal point. So it is a decimal format and exponential format. Um, Usually takes 4 bytes of memory. When it is float, okay, it can be double. So double is just the memory is double, right? Minus 3.4 e raised to 38. Usually that e is 10, so 10 raised to 38. Okay, so plus the huge size is there. Usually, real is not the keyword. Okay, students make mistakes sometimes. Real is not the keyword, but float and double are the keywords, right? The third is character constant. Again, it's the primary, last part of primary constant. Uh, Single alphabet, single character can be written, right? Let me share an application. So when I write, so this is a character variable, right? Let's check what is the size of char on this machine. Okay. Varies from platform to platform, so one should not assume anything. Usually C programmers assume size of data type. One should, I mean, one should not make mistake assuming anything over there, right? So if I run this program, right, so it is 1, right? Sometimes uh, ch is equal to, you can write character as, okay, so this is the way you can write. Okay, only single character enclosed in a pair of single quotes, right? So the format specifier, okay, to print it, that is the this thing, right? Format specifier for printing the character is percent %c. Okay, so if I run this code, it will print as 1 and c. 1 is a number of bytes reserved for that character constant. If I use the star, okay, asterisk, since it is a special character, it will be stored. Okay. What if I want to store single quote in this? we cannot store that. Okay, very difficult, no? Or got what I mean? I want to store a single quote. Okay, how we can? I mean, have you done this before? Any time in the past? Hmm. It can be done using the slash character, right? And if I write like this, then you can print that, right? Single quote is printed, right? So this, whatever you want to print, okay, use the slash character. Like now, we used to write the slash n, which is called a new line character. Okay, this is escape sequence. Okay, exclusively or can be used for some characters which you cannot print. Only it is because it is part of syntax, right? So if you write here double quote, okay, let's see whether it is printed. It is printed, okay. But since um, for storing the character, the syntax is it has to be written in a pair of single quote. If you want to print the single quote itself, okay, we use the slash. The only it is possible. Otherwise, if you write like this, right, it gives an error, right? It gives an error. So there we use the slash. Okay. How that slash can be used in a variety of ways in the future, we will see that. But sometimes they ask you, right, how to use it. Or it may be part of your quiz sometimes or written test of C language. So you should be aware about this, right? Okay, fine. Somebody has got a question. Let me go through that. Okay, output is not visible. Sorry, Guru, I didn't share it. Uh, Probably uh, output was not there, but I think output were visible to you because I forgot to share the screen at that time, right? So, as far as character constant is concerned, it must be enclosed in a pair of single quote. It should not be more than one character. So, is that clear? It takes 1 or 2 bytes of memory. Okay. So, range is -1282 plus 127. Right. If it is a 1 byte, usually DOS based. Okay. And 2 bytes of memory, sometimes Unicode character, then range is -327682 plus 32767. Right. Okay. So keywords, I talked about this. Specially reserved words should not be declared as variable names. So sometimes it may happen that you declare a variable like, okay, if I write char end, okay, so for it, or char break, since break is a keyword, right, it will give an error because it doesn't know what you're talking about, because this cannot be a, since break is a keyword, it cannot be a variable name. So if I write break one, there is no problem, right? It will allow you, okay. But here it is a mistake, separate mistake is there. uh, right, okay. A lot of mistakes are going to be there because ch is not declared here, right? Okay, fine. So the variable as a break one can be declared. Absolutely, there is no problem, right? Okay, fine. Uh, as I told, variable is a named memory location. Okay, can contain alphabet underscore. Most of the part we have already seen should not start with digit. Okay, so variable should not start along with the digit. It should be meaningful and cannot contain blank space. All right. Now, general structure of C program, right? Whichever programs we are going to write, any statement, whatever you write inside program, it can be, uh, it will be part of either of these four. Okay, so either it should be, it would be a type declaration statement. Okay, input output statement, that is a printf and scanf, right? Or get ch, no, put ch, get s, all these are input output statements. Then arithmetic instructions and control structures. We'll go through this. Um, we'll go through this, a simple program. We will have a look at it in detail, right? Very familiar and common program, but let's explore that. And by having, by taking a single program, I will explain you a lot of things which are important for you in the future, right? um, let's write a simple program of uh, total total of marks of three subjects and the percentile marks. Okay, very simple. Okay, three subjects, we will go to the three subjects. Now let's see the way of writing program. Someone can declare variables int x, y and z, right? And p. Okay, students may write. Usually I do not like this way of, because those who read this program won't understand what this X is all about, right? Better way to start with this, always start with the commenting, right? So comment, what comment you are going to write? A program to add marks of three subjects, calculate total marks, average and print it, right? So this is basically uh, it tells what the program is all about. Okay. From Monday, you are going to write. I will be giving you somewhere around 10 to 15 assignments. So you should write program in that fashion. Each program, that is the habit. Okay, and you are going to submit those assignments to me. Okay, so this is the way it should be. At the top, there should be comments. Okay, comment is something which is ignored by the compiler. Comments are necessary for two purposes. One, if you want to avoid something not to be executed, not to be compiled, at that time commenting also done. and second, to explain about the program and programming statements, right? So this is a general comment at the top. What is your purpose of writing program? And then the convention is that usually there should be 20% of uh, coding lines should be commented. So if your program is 100 lines, good practice is to 20% of line comments should be commented. Okay, but it might be excessive one. Okay, so at least 10%. Okay, 10% of 10 lines of program, at least one comment must be there. Right, excluding this. Okay, this comment must be there. Right, but 20% of commenting is the industry standards. Right, if you are going to store marks of three subjects, okay, it could be like subject 1, subject 2, subject 3, right? You can write uh, total as total underscore marks or just total or whatever. Okay, so and this is the first part of that C program structure. What we call is the type declaration, right? Input output statements. Input function is the scanf, right? Now we will directly see everything from the scanf and the printer. So if I write printf, okay, printf is the library function available in the stdio.h, right? Stdio.h is the header file which contains declaration of variable, not definition. Sorry, declaration of function and not definition of function. So printf is the function like this main function, right? And in the header file, you will find the declaration of printf function. Okay. Some of you might be knowing declaration. Okay, some of you might not be knowing, but going to talk about declaration of the function in function chapter. Okay, so this is not the right point to talk in detail about the declaration and definition of function. For time being, just try to understand printf is the library function. Okay, and it is called. Hmm? So my compiler has got some issues. Okay, so it types something when I type usually double quotes. Type something weird. It happens while writing codes. Okay, so we need to be you need to be prepared for that. So if I write enter marks, okay, of the message should be clear. Okay, enter marks. Okay, if it is like but sometimes students write marks. Okay, what marks? You are writing this code for the user, right? So enter marks of first subject. Okay, very clear. uh, colon is there and writing providing a single space. Okay, so that the cursor remains at the proper position, right? Scanf is another function. um, percent %d, right? Percent %d is the format specifier because subject marks you are going to you take input from the keyboard. Rather, user is going to enter marks. For that, you are making a provision, okay, by declaration of variables. Now, user is going to enter in integer format. So you are telling the compiler %d is the format specified for accepting the uh, integer from the user. So at the time of scanf, program will be waiting for the user input, right? Now %d and ampersand, okay, ampersand subject one, right? Because whatever marks user is going to enter, you are going to store it in subject one. Okay, I'll copy paste this because the format will be same, right? I'm going to change marks, the variable names. So it will be subject 2 and it will be subject 3, right? Here you need to make changes. Here, right? The coding should be very neat, right? Then I will add marks of these three subjects. So I will write total marks is equal to subject 1 plus subject 2, right? Plus subject 3, right? Right? And I'll print that students directly right here %d, right? Usually I have found many students and they print total marks, right? If I run this program, okay, enter marks of first subjects, second subject, and third subject, right? See here, okay. What is that 237? Students write this kind of thing, okay. It's absolutely rubbish, okay. Is that marks? Is that score of a cricketer? What is that? What is the Is that temperature in Fahrenheit? So I have seen many students write. This is just very bad way of programming, right? So it should not happen like that. So there should be no total marks equal to then %d, okay, and proper there should be /n, that is the new line character, right? Fine. Lot of things are there. First of all, this is an expression, okay, arithmetic expression. I told you, no, uh, input out type declaration. That was the first part. Second part was input output statements. These are input output statements. Third is arithmetic instructions. This is arithmetic instruction, right? Now this plus, okay, arithmetic instruction is a combination of operators and operands. Okay, so this is an operator. Plus is an operator. This is an operator. This one is also an operator. Semicolon is an operator. This is an operator, right? This is an operator everywhere, ampersand, an address operator. Okay, so when this statement is executed, scanf, okay, is executed, scanf is waiting for that. Have you seen that? Printf gives you message, and at this moment, okay, this moment, okay, when program is executed, the control reaches here, then reached here, right? After this, 4 bytes of memory, 4 bytes of memory, 4 bytes of memory, and 4 bytes of memory. Okay, so four variables have been given memory in the data segment. Control reaches as this statement. This statement is executed, right? And the control is now here at this uh, statement. Okay, where it is prompting you to enter something. Okay, so message is there, right? Message is there, enter marks of for subject, and now it is prompting. Okay, what is it? It's telling you, okay, to enter something. So you are supposed to enter marks, right? The moment you press the enter key, that 66 will be stored where? At the address of subject 1. So ampersand is must. Address operator, unary operator. So you are telling the compiler, okay, store marks entered by the user where? At the address of subject 1, right? And the format should be percent %d, that is the integer format, right? Fine. Now, uh, here this is the left hand side, right? So variable or constant or the value of the expression on the right hand side is assigned to variable on the left hand side. I will repeat, value, okay, or constant or value of the expression on the right hand side is assigned to variable on the left hand side. Is that clear? Okay. It is important. I'm giving you a warning. I will have to repeat this in the next section. Why? Because you are going to make mistake. Definitely. Mark my words. Even though I have repeated twice, you are going to make mistake. Again, I am telling you, value or constant or the value of the expression on the right hand side is assigned to variable on the left hand side. Okay. So first this expression will be solved and value of that expression will be stored in this variable, right? Fine. Now, if I want to uh, calculate, rather we are going to calculate the percentile marks, right? If I declare variable here, okay, now percentile marks, it is a percentage, it is going to be, or it probably is going to contain a decimal number. For that, you need to declare a variable as float variable. So that is programmer's responsibility. That we call is the design of the program. You need to think about what kind of variables are required. Okay. So float, suppose average, right? Average, right? First of all, computer doesn't know whether it is average or something else. So even if you make mistakes while declaration of a variable, I mean giving the name, it doesn't make any sense. This naming convention is only for us, not for the machine. Okay, it doesn't understand what is that, whether it is average of marks or whether it is the average of rainfall, whether it is a constant, I mean value of pi. It doesn't understand anything. It is for our own purpose, right? So, but this is not allowed, my friends, because in C, all variables have to be declared at the beginning of a block. Okay. Now, block is referred, this is a block, right? This is a block. Starting, I mean, opening curly brace and closing curly brace. This is called the block. In your college they might have told you variable in C has to be declared at the beginning of the function. I am telling you at the beginning of the block. Note it. I'm not saying beginning of the function. Okay. If it is said like that, it is wrong. Variable in C has to be declared at the beginning of the block. Okay. Now, so this will give an error. So remove that, come at the beginning of the block and paste it. Right. So now I'm finishing within 5-10 minutes. Exactly, I have taught you 1 hour. Okay, it's 10 minutes. If I write uh, average is equal to, right, uh, total marks, okay, divided by, right, and I can print that percentile marks equal to percent f. F is the format specifier for a real number, right? Right. So it will be average. Fine. Okay. I hope you are understanding. Got questions? Are there any questions? No. So this is the earlier version, right? Uh, Fine. So let's enter some values. Fine. So enter marks. Three subjects we have taken. Total marks 165. Percentile marks 55. Right. Now this is something weird. Okay, 55.0000. Usually all comparison in C, they have got 6 decimal precision. Okay, so it can be curtailed with percent 0 point up to 2 decimal place. Usually we count, so percent 0.2 f, right? So that is the way to format this. Okay, usually scan f and print f. Sometimes a teacher, I mean, sometimes students ask me why that print and f is there, right? Or scan and f is there. Basically, a few say that that is a print function. Print f stand for function, right? Scan function. Okay, partially it is true, but the better way to is to, that is a formatted function. So that f is taken from the formatted. These functions are a formatted function because you are using that percent d percent f, right? So that is a, you can format that output on the screen, right? So if I enter again marks of 3 subject. So see here output. Now you are getting 55.00, right? Fine. Uh, it can be no um, formatted like 20. You have to do a lot of things here, or if you want to know professional softwares. Okay, they take a lot of efforts. Okay, but one has to play along with that, right? See here, it's total marks, right? If you want to take this one below other, okay, 65, 165 exactly below this, you have to play along with that format specifier and width, because this is called a width, right? This is called a width. Okay, this is also called a width. So what it does, okay, it counts 20 spaces from this assignment operator. From assignment on operator onwards, it leaves 20, 1 2 3 4 5 6 20, right? And on the reverse side, okay, return two places for that decimal, and behind that it will uh, it will print that whatever percentage, right? So if I again run this program, is a 121, this, so 1 2 3 4 5 up to 20 places, these are 20 places, 20 spaces, right? So this is on 20th place, 19th, 18th, 17th, and 16th, and these are 15 places, right? Likewise, these are 20 places, right? Fine. A question for you. Total marks are 121 and percentage marks are 40, right? Something going wrong. Why? Because if we open a calculator, what is that percentile of 121? 121 divided by 3. Definitely it cannot be 40. It is 40.333, right? So just try to find the answer. Okay. Uh, Fine. We'll stop here today. Uh, uh, Question answer session. I covered this printf, scanf, format specifier, arithmetic instructions. Okay. So operators are unary, binary, and ternary. Ternary, I'm going to talk about this. Binary operator means, what is that binary? It needs two operands. Plus is a binary operator. Plus is also a unary operator because plus 5. At that time, plus is a unary operator. Okay. 5 plus 6 plus is here is a binary operator. Alright. Modulus operator is there. It gives remainder. We're going to talk about that. Okay. Division operator. It gives division. So 4 divided by 2. That is a binary operator because it needs two operands, right? A lot of operators are there. We're going to talk about not at a time. Since we are going ahead. Similarly, in each chapter we will be discussing various operators. Um, but there is a right hand side. Okay, the right hand side expression. On the right hand side there can be expression, variable, or a constant. On the left hand side there can be only variable, right? Okay. We'll stop here. uh, what is dynamic programming? Guru, I don't understand this question. Dynamic programming, see these yesterday, no, yesterday somebody asked me something like lexical analysis. I told at the same time then that I didn't hear the word, but definitely I might be knowing this. And the same story here. Let me actually answer that so that I don't forget that. Dynamic programming I will come later on. But here uh, I will talk about this. What does it mean? For that lexical analysis or kind of that, I can explain you, but I don't know whether you know all these things or not. Okay, if I declare, suppose Suppose I clear, suppose I declare a variable here, right? Inside a curly brace, huh? And if I compile this program, I will comment this. No need to, no point in again entering this whole input output. I will comment this. Fine. So there is a. I hope you understand this. This may not be right time to discuss all these things, but okay. Again, in the future, he raised an issue yesterday about lexical. So if I declare three variables, okay, some code is there. Suppose some code is there, okay, and I declare one more variable and opening and closing bracket, right? First of all, it is whether it is valid. It is valid, okay. It is valid because I am creating a new block here, right? Now, if I store here 5, right? Try to print it, right? It prints. It will print 5, right? But if I try to print here, okay, and I compile this program, it gives an error. Okay, why? That is lexical this thing. No, I never called it as a lexical something. It's the new words are coming and a few authors or few scientists use that word. It may not be a global standard. Okay. Likewise, Guru has asked me what is dynamic programming. Okay. It is not a very general word. Okay. Somebody will say dynamic programming is use of dynamic language. Somebody will say dynamic programming is no. Uh, for creating dynamic applications. So I will come to that later on. These are not basically language words, right? These are not language specific words, right? These are general terminology. So this probably named it as a lexical. But in C, I'm going to take this in detail. Separate chapter is there, which we call it is the storage classes. Okay, so storage classes. This is part of storage class, a small part of storage class. So right now I cannot explain you in detail. Why? Because separate chapter. But this was to come in our syllabus. Okay. So it gives an error, okay, because x is not visible here. It is not visible here in the program. Right? I hope you understand. Okay. Why it is not visible here? You have to wait till that storage class, right? Because again, it is different story. I have to wait. I have to now talk on minimum 1.5 hour, so that you will understand why it is not getting printed, why it is actually giving you error. Fine. So I hope you understand. Uh, any other question? Quick. Yeah. Those who have not paid the fees. Okay, who have not paid the fees? Rakesh, you are going to pay, right? No, Rakesh. Rakesh has paid. Ravi has not paid. Ravi has not. Guru has paid. Ashutosh, I got your message. Okay. To Gurnath. Rakesh, I hope you didn't start. Yesterday I told you to start the that web course. Okay. I don't want any no such things from you today onwards. Each time I'm going to tell you access because um, daily contents would be increased. Okay, and that load will be unbearable if you are not regular accessing those contents. I want all those contents to be accessed simultaneously along with my sessions. Okay, so Ashutosh, you need to pay at the earliest so that you uh, you remain on the right track along with rest of the students in the class. At the same time, it should not happen that I go ahead, I'm and you are left behind. Okay, so it should not happen. Okay, start accessing the contents. Okay, you have got 3 days. Today you will get which sessions you are supposed to cover before our next session on Tuesday. You have to access all the sessions. You have to attend that quiz. See, I can see you cannot lie along with me. Sir, I have accessed those contents. You cannot. I have got a close watch on your all of my students. Okay, so I know each day. Okay, rather 20 frequently. Okay, I used to monitor their progress, so I have got full picture here, who is accessing which part. Okay, so that everything is there. Okay, as far as quiz is concerned, there are no marks. Okay, so these are practice quizzes. No problem if you make a mistake, you can ask me questions on the quiz. Okay, first try to find on your own and then come to me. Okay, so that self learning is generated. That is very important. Fine, any other questions, guys? Shutosh, you are going to pay today, tomorrow? Pay at the earliest so that, no. Any other questions, Guru, Rakesh? Yesterday's session I had sent. Today's session I will send. Right? Fine. Just tell me in the chat box. Should I wait? Continue? Yes or no? Should I wait for your questions? Okay. We'll wait. It's 12:30. No answer from you.